What's going on, peeps? Just a quick one. I thought I was going to get back into some quiet gaming for the evening, but of course, within minutes of me starting an upload for my video tonight, Asmongold releases some more news about Blizzard. Suffice to say, it's not good news. Anti-harassment changes have led so far as to deleting /spit, the emote, from the game. At least so I've gleaned from the thumbnail thus far, but we're gonna listen and read on.
We've heard about Blizzard far too often recently. Far too often we've heard about this group of individuals at this company. Well, guess what? Blizzard is committed to dealing with abuse and harassment. We thought it wasn't true. We thought that, they just let their employees get sexually harassed. They treat their employees like shit. Well, guess what, guys? That's not the case anymore. Blizzard does care about that stuff. And they care about it so much, they're removing /spit from the Burning Crusade client whenever targeting another player.
What is that supposed to solve? Because people have been /spitting for who knows how many years, and it's caused so many people so much mental anguish, and it's never been a problem until now. Are there certain people of Blizzard that are being targeted with the /spit emote, so now come time to get rid of it? Why?
That's right. That's right. Blizzard does care about harassment. They do care about these things, and that's why they changed it. And here's what I think is kind of funny about this. Well, there's a lot of things that I think are funny about this. But out of all the problems that they have identified with, their company, out of all the problems that I've identified with this thing, the one group of people that they really go out of their way to protect first, even after they couldn't even figure out how to get all of the Alex Afrasabi fucking characters out of the game. They couldn't even figure that out. But the one thing they could do is get rid of /spit. And here's the way I look at it, right? Is that guess which decision, guess which group of people makes them money?
Right.
Storm Mount Andes. Storm Mount Andes are the ones that make them the fucking money.
The ones that are being /spit on. In fact, there was an article that I had read where someone went so far as to program within weak auras a macro so that whenever someone on one of the store mounts was nearby, it would auto-target them and start spamming /spit.
That's what it is, because that's the ones they're protecting. They're protecting the whales. These are the whale watchers, man. Fucking exactly. No, I really mean it. Like, this is the one group of people. They don't protect their female employees. They don't protect their customer service people. They don't protect women that play the game that get constantly stalked by weirdos in the game. They don't really cooperate with the authorities unless, like, explicit threats are made in terms of stalking, etc. They don't do any of these things. And you know why? Because these things don't make them any fucking money. But the moment that you sit there and you fuck with their money, you fuck with the opportunity that they have to milk their fucking dying player base out of just a few more little fucking cents, suddenly they're changing the game in order for you not to spit on people, as if that's fucking any different.
I mean, people are still going to give you shit. They're just going to find a new way to give you shit. They're probably going to start spamming, like, laugh or some other emote just in protest. Taking /spit isn't going to change the culture of how people feel towards your business model of selling people mounts on the store. This is a band-aid on a gaping, bleeding wound.
Swiper, no swiping. Yes, that's what they care about. That's what matters to them. And it's just so fucking sad, isn't it?
Swiper, no swiping.
It's just, are they going to get rid of the other ones? No, because obviously they're doing it as a response to people spitting on players for the store mount, okay?
Right.
This is one change they're doing that makes them money. It's pathetic, in my opinion, because the reality is, like, the way I look at it is that I never thought the spitting thing was bad.
Nope.
I genuinely don't think that it's bad.
It's just someone vocalizing their distaste for something, and if you're offended by someone /spitting on you, I'm pretty sure you can just, like, ignore them, and then you don't have to endure their emote, or you can just remove chat channel, if you will.
I think that people that complained about it were pussies.
Right.
The reality is there's a lot of people out there that don't want to have microtransactions in their old fucking game. Like, this is supposed to be like a fucking old game that's supposed to be one thing, and everybody knows what it is because they played it back then. Like, if you act like spitting on somebody is like harassment, why is it okay to harass somebody in Burning Crusade? Or why can you not harass people in Burning Crusade, but you can in Retail WoW?
Right.
So you can't harass people in Burning Crusade exclusively? So if it's harassment, they should remove it entirely. You see what I'm saying? Like, it's stupid. Wonder why there isn't a store mount already? Oh, I'm sure there will be. Here's what I think Blizzard will do. This is how they can redeem themselves, in my opinion. Is that what I think would be really funny, and I made a tweet about this, is if Blizzard sold the ability to spit on players in Burning Crusade.
Sold the ability to emote/spit. They would absolutely cash in on that.
Back to the players as a microtransaction for the same price as the store mount. If they sold it right back to them, to where, like, if you want to spit on players, you have to spend the fucking money as well. That, in my opinion, like, that is so just bald. That is just so shameless that if they did that, I would commend them. I would be proud. I would be like, yes, this is a big dick move, okay? It is a bald fucking, it 100% is.
Oh my
what's this
God.
here? You can't type the N-word in Retail, but you can in Classic. Well, you can't take their only word away from them, right? I mean, if you take the N-word away from Classic players, what else do they have? What, like doxing? Like, that's about it. I mean, DDoSing? I mean, it's not a whole lot that they've got left, okay? So, yeah, listen, Classic players, you know, they've had the walls closing in on them for a while, and I'm really glad to see Blizzard holding the line with not blacklisting the N-word, okay? It's just, you know, really good to see that they really care about these kinds of things. And back then, you were able to blacklist words too, by the way. It's still...
He's obviously being sarcastic, but he's implying the fact that they're all over getting rid of /spit. Meanwhile, you can still write hateful language.
The same thing. And so, yeah, anyway, yes, they removed the... Wait a second. They removed /spit, but they didn't remove the N-word. I mean, like, what is this? What is this? This is... This
It's a display of their priorities. Like, you can just see their true colors, their final form, pure greed. Oh, this is affecting the players who give us the most money? Let's take action, because we like money.
these are the things that they care about. How much should they charge for them to remove the blacklist on the N-word too? Like, this is the way these people... It's a clown world. Yeah, it's got to be a clown world. Like, I don't know what else to say. You know what? I've thought about this, right? Defending people who purchase their collector's edition and boost, but yeah, they're not going to defend people that are using the racial slurs, right? It's crazy to me. And it just... The thing is, to me, it's like if they have a laissez-faire approach to it, and this is the way that Blizzard has always had. So this is the problem whenever you begin doing the excessive moderation, and this is always the issue that it runs into, is that whenever you have a laissez-faire, which is like, anybody doesn't know what that means, it's basically like,
hands
fucking
off.
Do whatever you want, unless it's like super bad, right?
The invisible hand in economics. Let it be. Whisper words of wisdom. Let it be.
So, like, posting people's personal addresses, telling people you're gonna kill them, you know, that kind of stuff. Everything else is like, yo, just say whatever you want, do whatever you want, just don't be crazy, don't break the law, basically. So this is the approach that Blizzard used to have. It was. And they would ban you if they reported you, if some people reported you, but it was usually like a slap on the wrist. It was like 24 hours, and that was about it. And over time, Blizzard has tried to moderate this more. They have tried to invest more and try to, like, over-moderate. And what they run into is these exact problems, where you are banning one thing like this, but not something else.
Right.
It's absolutely fucking crazy to me. It's nuts. Someone at Blizzard is for sure fucking with us at this point. I think that, in my opinion, like, I'll be completely honest with you guys. I don't care what happens in Burning Crusade. In my opinion, the second that they added a storm mount and a boost to Burning Crusade, the game was dead to me. That's the truth. It was dead to me. Like, I like, this is not the game I played back whenever I was a kid. This is not what it was. This is just some bullshit that you've tried to make money out of. And
Right.
I played the game. I love Burning Crusade. I'll even play it nowadays, right? I'll play Tier 5. I'll play Tier 6. I'll play Sunwell. And I'll even look forward to it, to be honest. I will. But the reality is that it's not the same experience. And it's not the same thing that it used to be. And
It feels to me, in the case of Asmongold, is he's the World of Warcraft guy. He doesn't really want to disappoint his fans, and he's super passionate because that is the game that really has been the love of his life for the last 16 years. It's not his fault that he enjoys the product. The behavior of people that have gone unseen and unheard by the masses for so long is not his problem. I don't blame him for wanting to continue to play. But for people like me, I'm so ready to just move on to something else because it is a been there, done that scenario where there isn't as much to lose compared to him. As far as his fan base, the things that he loves to do is play that game and everything in it within that game. Obviously, more than anything, this is just a huge disappointment.
And it's very obvious to me that it's a cash grab. They're just incompetent and greedy. Oh, I don't think they're malicious either. I don't think that they want people to say the N-word, okay? Like, I don't think that they're like, wow, well, now that they... now we'll have everybody saying the N-word in our game. No, that's not what it is, okay? It's clearly not what it is. However, I do think that they are incompetent. And at a certain point, incompetence and maliciousness is the same thing. And I feel like that's about where we're at. What a devious little plan. Yes, exactly. And it's just fucking crazy, man. Yeah, they're just completely incompetent. Blizzard, the original clown college. I mean, honestly,
Yeah.
I feel like these guys are in clown graduate school at this point. It's pretty fucking impressive. No, anyway, I want to look at some other stuff. But yeah.
PhD clowns.
I just wanted to talk about that for a few minutes. Basically, Blizzard removes the spit emote in Burning Crusade. Obviously, toxicity is solved. There's not like you can't use /cringe. You can't just keep kicking people out of groups with the store mounts, etc.
Right.
And so to me, here's the way I look at it.
And that's what I said right at the top, is they're just going to find so many other ways to harass players. So removing /spit probably does nothing more than invite escalation of altercations.
That each individual player that buys one of those things, that buys that mount, is actively saying, I don't care about the authentic classic experience.
And I made a mistake. I actually regret this so much, and I've been kicking myself ever since I did it. I made the purchase for the boost, and then again for the store mount upgrade because I'm stupid. And I thought for some reason I was able to circumvent paying for the mount skill. And that was the only reason I wanted to do it. I just didn't think I had the time to farm in order to make it to my guild raids. And then when I realized my mistake, I felt like a fool. I felt ashamed of myself. I detest everything that it represents. And to make matters worse, I didn't even end up staying with the guild. I didn't even end up grinding to 70. I didn't even end up doing raids. So it was all for naught. Really disappointing. Across the board.
By riding that mount in the game, you say, I don't care. It doesn't matter to me, and it's irrelevant. And you are actively working against the interests of every other person on that server that's there to have an authentic classic experience.
And even though I had the items, I just didn't use them. I just rode on my regular mount that I had instead of the one that I had bought.
And if you think that I'm gonna turn my nose up and act like I'm too good to spit on somebody who's actively doing that, you're wrong. You're wrong. I'm a bit of an asshole. I don't know if you guys have noticed that, but I am. And I have no problem doing that. I have no problem doing that kind of stuff. And the player base, the thing is, this is the reality, is that actually makes change. And you know how I know it makes change? Because Blizzard is removing the emote. It was working.
Yeah, they took notice. It just had the wrong effect. And Blizzard will come to realize that their band-aid solution to this problem, when in fact it came about because they're the problem, they're going to realize that they're going to need a better solution than that.
Obviously it was working, or they wouldn't have removed it. That clearly had an effect, and people were clearly upset about it. And because they were upset about it, it was clearly serving its purpose.
Right.
So unfortunately, some people were mad. And, you know, it's unfortunate, but fuck them. They're pussies. A lot of these people just want to, they want to defend this kind of bullshit like this,
Right.
so they can get brownie points for Blizzard. But nowadays, nobody's talking about that anymore because the company's going down in flames. You boosted as well.
Who wants to have brownie points with a company that represents themselves the way that they do?
Oh, my dude. Yeah, and I deleted the fucking character, right? Like, I hate to tell you guys this, but
He kind of took the same stance that I did, buying the mount. But yeah, I got a level 58 rogue and I just didn't play it. It feels really dumb. I actually gave that vote of saying I don't care, even though I care. It feels painfully contradicting. I wish I could take it back.
do I want to break the fourth wall? Guys. Would The Last Jedi have been a good Star Wars movie if The Empire Strikes Back didn't happen? You have to have the bad moments.
Wait. Did he just do that?
Good Star Wars movie if The Empire Strikes Back didn't happen. Been a good... Would The Last Jedi
Return of the Jedi?
have been a good Star Wars movie if The Empire Strikes Back didn't happen?
The Empire Strikes Back is probably one of the best Star Wars movies. What do you mean The Last Jedi? A good movie.
You have to have the bad moments. And you have to create a narrative.
Everyone's probably freaking out in chat going, no, definitely not a good movie.
I knew that whenever I was making a character, I was going to delete it. That's why I never geared it out or leveled it. I did it because I thought it would be funny. I planned it a month in advance. That's why I never did anything with the character. I knew that we were going to do the charity event. I planned it out all the way until then. It is what it is.
That's what he means by breaking the fourth wall, is that it was part of his Asmongold character.
It's not necessarily like I knew that it was going to happen. It's more that I was expecting something to happen, and I was pretty much creating a situation where it would work out in the future. Listen, scripted content. Guys.
Roughly scripted content. Not exactly. But he kind of banked on a situation panning out the way that it did.
Look, what can I say? I'm a showman. I love to put on a show.
Right.
And guess what? People love the show.
I agree with that sentiment. Who doesn't love a good showman?
So who gives a fuck? Trust is gone. Exactly. Everything's fake. Nothing's real. This behind you
Nothing is true. Everything is permitted.
is a set. Okay? There's a giant fucking mansion right behind this house, and that's where I actually live. And the fucking, well, it depends on which Lamborghini you're talking about. But the yellow one is parked in front of the fucking, the garage with the fountain in the middle of it, okay? That's being taken care of by my butlers.
The chocolate fountain.
Yeah, you guys know what's going on. It was all fake right from the beginning, guys.
So that's ultimately the move Blizzard's making, is they've just decided, hey, we are gonna remove emotes because they're harassing our hard-earning, paying customers with spit. How dare they? We're gonna remove the emotes so that stops immediately because we care about our customers. It's a shame. Time to move on to a new game.